Hi folks, and welcome to more of my trading stuff. In this video, Phil's going to show you how he takes the results from his optimizations, runs a backtest, and then saves the results in a standard format. Doing this in a standard format makes it easy for us to compare our results between currencies and also compare our results when we share them with each other. Anyway, I'll hand over to Phil.
Okay, so we're just going to do a quick run through of how to save your optimization and backtest results for future reference. This is going to be where you're at the point that you're going to be. I've just finished an optimization here of Aussie dollar US dollar, and this is the set of parameters that it's generated for me. Now the first thing I want to do is save these parameters. I'd already clicked on auto select best pass, so this is highlighted here for me. Sometimes when it finishes you may not have this displayed, you may be faced with this situation and you can't see the line that's best pass, so you don't know which line to apply. You can click here and scroll up and down and find it, or I find the easiest way is to just click on any line on this chart and then click auto select best pass again, and it brings it to the foreground here. Once it's done that, these are the parameters displayed in the parameters tab here that it's found. It's saying the best set of parameters, so I want to apply these to Aussie dollar US dollar bot so that I can backtest. So I click on apply, and then if I look here, it's loaded all of those parameters that are here into here for me, which makes backtesting really quite straightforward. I now select backtesting, and the first thing I do is set my starting capital to 1000. Commission defaults to 30, which is correct for IC markets, and it's very important here that we select tick data. We're backtesting, so we must select tick data. Once we've done that, we then just need to check that these dates here from the 1st of November to the 30th of April are exactly the same period that we optimized for, and they are. So with the date set and the account level set and tick data set, we're all ready to backtest this period. And to do this, we just click on play. Okay, and that's the backtest complete. You can see it's generated as a total net profit of 1,873. In optimization, it generated, in trade stats, 1,880. So that's a very similar result. Sometimes you will see quite a difference in those results, and that's due to mainly market volatility, probably in the time frame that you're trading. But it is very important that when you backtest on tick data. So the next thing we want to do is export this history. So just click on any line on this chart, right click and export to Excel. First thing I do is to rename this file, and I normally go from here, so I leave the name, trading stuff and the parameters there, which is quite useful. So I just rename this file with a prefix of April so that I can find it for future reference. Then we open this spreadsheet, and you can see it's exported all of the trades into my Excel sheet, which is ideal. A couple of things I'll show you here which can be quite useful if you're not familiar with Excel is if you click in the top left hand corner there and then double click on the first line of the first column, it then resizes all of the columns so that it displays all the data for you. The other thing I do is highlight this top line here, go to view, go to freeze panes, and I freeze top row. That means as I scroll up and down the chart I don't lose my headings, which is I find very helpful. The other thing I'll do also, really for just browsing through this, I find it helpful, is I highlight these two columns just by clicking and dragging, right click, go to format cells, choose number, and I set my minuses to red, and that way you can see at a glance all of your losing trades. I find that quite helpful. Periodically when I'm doing this I click on save to make sure that I don't lose the adjustments I've just made. So that's all of our trading log recorded there. Now the next thing we want to do is record other information. Unfortunately we can't export easily from cTrader, so we have to save a graphical image. first thing I do is always I save my equity chart. And this is quite an interesting equity curve. You can see it trundled along here and doing not much until we got to about trade 80, and then it started to work. So I like to save this screen with my equity chart. So to do that, I go back to my spreadsheet. I select a new tab just by clicking on the plus sign here. Click there, select a cell, go to Insert, Screenshot, and then select the screenshot that you want, which is that one there with our equity curve, and that's pulled in an image of my screen, which is ideal. The next thing I want to do is save my trade statistics. So to do that, I click there because this is where I want the next image to be located. I then go back to cTrader, select trade statistics. Now we're going to use the Windows snipping tool here, which is a really useful tool that so many people are not aware of. All we need to do is press the Windows key, and while pressing the Windows key, press Shift and S. Your screen will dim like this. You move your cursor to the start position of the area that you want to record, and you click and drag, until you've got everything you want in that window, and release. That is then copied to your clipboard as it says there. So I now go back to my spreadsheet. I've got that square there highlighted. I can do a right click and paste, or I just do a Control V, and then I've got all my trading data, trading stats, pasted as an image in my spreadsheet. The final thing I like to do is click here because I want to record a physical copy of an image of my parameters I used as well. So then I go back to cTrader. I click on the little cog here to display the parameters I used for the back test, and again Windows key Shift and S. Click and drag. Now I haven't got the whole of the parameters window, but the bits at the bottom about trailing stops and things I'm not worried about anyway. But I've got all the important data that I need, and then I just come here, Control V, and then I've got that pasted as an image with all my open times and my buy and stop parameters that I need in my ATR periods. Click on Save, and now I've got a record in a spreadsheet called April Bob Trading Stuff Aussie dollar US dollar. I've got a record of all the logs for that period, every single trade, and a sheet with the equity curve, a reminder of, let me just make this a bit smaller so we can see it, reminder of the date window we back tested. Quite clearly you can see the currency I used. I include the bottom of the screen so I can see the time, confirmation of the time I actually ran this test, and then trading stats and our parameters.
Well, thank you, Phil, for explaining all of that to us. Hopefully everyone's found it useful. If you want to see when we release new videos, click on subscribe and then click on the little bell icon. You'll be notified each time a new one is released. And click on the little thumbs up to give us a like. Any comments, you can leave them below, or contact us via our WhatsApp trading group if you want to ask any specific questions. Thank you for watching.